Welcome to the Food Matters Live podcast, where we showcase the innovations, the big ideas, and the visionaries in the food industry. We dig deep, we look to the future and the past, and we question everything we think we know about food. I'm Anthony Zara, and this episode has been made in partnership with Azelis Food and Nutrition. Now, in any successful business in the food industry or elsewhere, the interaction between that business and their customers is crucial. Making sure the two are aligned and that the relationship is mutually beneficial is hugely important. But it doesn't just happen by accident. That's why today we're meeting some of the customer account manager team at Azelis to get a better understanding of how those relationships are built and maintained. Now, Azelis is a supplier of ingredients and services such as technical and regulatory support to food and beverage manufacturers and are a well-respected leader in the food industry. Their relationship with Food Matters Live goes back many years, and this year they're a hosting partner at Food Matters Live Tastes of Better in Manchester. More on that in a moment, but let's meet our guests first. And maybe the best thing is if we go around and each of you introduces yourself with your name and how long you've been at Azelis.
Yeah, hello, I'll start. I'm Kelly Whitmore, sales manager covering the south of England, so our customers from London down to Cornwall. I've been with Azelis for 6 years now and within the food industry for over 12.
Good afternoon. My name's Adam Hill. I look after the northeast of England for Azelis, and I've been with the company for 3.5 years.
Hi all, my name is Hamid Walia, and I've been with Azelis for over 5 years and cover the Northwest and the Scottish territory.
Hi everyone, my name's Jacob Lakin and I'm the Midlands area account manager, and I've been with Azelis for nearly 6 years now.
Perfect. Okay. Well, great to have you all on the podcast. Now, before we dive into this episode, I think it's worth stating the obvious. You're all salespeople. Now, often on the podcast, we have people from the technical side, scientists, thought leaders, or marketing. Of course, we're delighted to have you on the podcast, but it was a very deliberate choice by Azelis, wasn't it, Adam, to put you guys front and centre? And I wonder if you can tell us why that was.
Yeah, it was, Anthony. Well, as sales managers for Azelis, we're our customers' first point of contact when it comes to them dealing with a company. And it's an interesting fact that we're being first point of contact. From our experience dealing with customers, it can take us through a full journey of them actually dealing with us. And it was this concept that appealed to us taking part in this podcast.
Brilliant. And Jacob, I've done a brief introduction to Azelis there, but maybe you could tell us a bit more about where the company sits in the supply chain, for example. Help paint a picture for our listeners.
Yeah, absolutely. Azelis is a strategic distribution partner for a number of major global ingredients manufacturers, and we define these companies as our key principals. That's because we have a high level partnership with these companies that goes beyond purely buy and sell. So quite crudely speaking, we're a distributor of specialty ingredients into the food industry, but it's important to stress that our role within the supply chain goes far beyond that. We really do see ourselves as an innovative solutions provider, and there are a couple of different layers to that. Firstly, we have a highly specialized ingredients portfolio that consists largely of specialty ingredients. We also have a lot of expertise within our ranks. We have our own designated technical team, but we also have a team of principal managers who manage the relationship between Azelis and our key principals, and they're all specialists in their respective categories as such. But we also have some more commoditized, more basic ingredients as well. So in the round, we have good capability to assist our customers both technically and commercially.
So I mentioned in the intro there that Azelis will be at our Tastes of Better event in Manchester. For anyone who doesn't know, it's taking place on the 13th and 14th of May at the iconic Old Trafford Cricket Ground. Hamid, can you tell us a bit about what Azelis will be doing at the event?
Sure. So the focus is on understanding consumer needs, market activity, and trends. Our customers consist of food and beverage manufacturers and brand owners. So at this Manchester event, we intend to cover convenience, focusing on active aging consumer. However, not specific to that category alone. We are aware of the aging population. Therefore, we have considered nutrition requirements And our research has also shown that there is an overlap between the nutritional needs of our active aging population and users of GLP-1 medication.
Great. Jake, did you want to come in there?
I'd just like to say that we're really looking forward to Taste of Better Manchester and hosting the attending VIPs. We've displayed at Food Matters Live a number of times over the years. It really is an excellent event. So to provide a little bit more context on the day, we'll be hosting 5 sessions, each addressing a range of current market challenges that we've identified through talking to our customers. These are convenience, HFSS, ultra-processed foods, enhanced nutrition, and last but not least, taste. So that we're going to categorize the sessions based on specific meal times. So session 1 will be breakfast, session 2 morning snack, the next one lunch and dinner, then afternoon snack, and then the final session of the day will be dessert, focusing on dessert concepts. So each session will commence with a presentation where we'll introduce the topic, provide further detail on the challenges that I mentioned previously that we've picked up from our customer base. And we'll then introduce the concept demonstrations that we've developed to help manufacturers, our customers, tackle these challenges. And we'll then go on to taste these concepts.
Okay, so Adam, I guess, I don't always associate convenience foods with balanced nutrition, but presumably this is something Azelis has been working on.
Yes, Anthony, we have. Convenience foods don't always provide the balanced nutrition you need to address the needs of our aging population. But we do believe there's relatively easy fixes to address this. This led us to develop the solutions to inspire the ideas of this daily menu that's briefly touched on there by Jake, with each concept meeting HFSS and ultra-processed food challenges, whilst also addressing consumer needs for convenient products. Our technical team were therefore tasked with creating the concepts to meet the brief, and they will be presented and tasted across the 5 sessions that we do.
Excellent. Now, Hamit, as customer account managers, I guess you're the day-to-day face of Azelis. So how do you go about helping your customers?
So the first thing which we always like to do is meet our customers face to face, which helps us build a strong business relationship over a long period with both the buyers as well as the NPD teams. We try to be their first point of contact in case of any requirements, basically. As a sales manager, I like to understand my customers' needs correctly and offer them the best possible service. Let me share a classic example of one of my customers who had an issue with a formulation where they were developing a gel. So they were struggling to get a product which offered the right transparency. We visited the customer along with our in-house technical team who understood the issue and offered a suitable product which delivered the right solution to the customer. Today, the customer has managed to increase their business as the product is fitting perfectly to their consumers' needs. And this in turn has helped them grow volumes. Apart from our in house technical team, who are always available to help, our principals are always available to offer any required support too. So, also, we have in our team a quality assurance team who looks after areas of things like certifications, questionnaires, and provides the data on the product and also manufacturing side information to enable assurance for any approvals.
Lovely. Kelly, now I'm going to ask you a question that you might find is a bit silly, really. It's whether or not you could talk us through a typical relationship. There might not be such thing as a typical relationship, but how that might develop with a customer. You know, a customer's usually coming to you with a very specific idea of what it is they want, and you need to help them find it, or can it be more general and they're looking to you guys for some inspiration?
Yeah, well, it does vary from requests. So it's from general problems that our customers are facing, looking to resolve new trends and ideas that they want to take on board for new development. An example that I've recently had was a meeting with one of my plant-based beverage customers. So the meeting was to resolve an oil splitting issue that they had, and also looking at ways to extend their product shelf life. We also looked at solutions to add and improve specific benefits such as mouthfeel, taste, and also their protein content. So for that, I pulled in our principal manager and our principal. So we had, all the experts in one room, and an aspect of the meeting which was really useful to our customer was going through their stage of production, just to see if there were like any small changes that they could make to quickly improve their end product with minimal effort. Through that conversation, it actually led to locating potential issues such as water pH, the temperature they were using, also the stage in which the process of the ingredients were being added or the machinery being used. So we could just slightly tweak those, and it gave like a really significant positive impact.
Great. It sounds to me like a lot of it is in the planning and sort of getting to know your customer really well and understanding what it is they're looking for. And it seems like a lot of that work is actually in the prep as much as when you're working alongside them. Is that a sort of fair assessment?
Yeah, absolutely. It's sort of getting the right people in the right room. So understanding what their sort of main focus is, pulling in the right principal to help with that focus, and sort of bringing in the right demos for them to sort of be able to explore further.
Sure. Okay. Hamid, back to you. What can you tell me about Azelis ingredients?
So in our food ingredients portfolio, we have a huge and diverse range of specialty ingredients. Azelis represents leading global manufacturers of specialty ingredients, uh, and we are their route to market these products within the UK and the Irish market. Now, these companies are well respected manufacturers with GFSI accreditations and also have solid sustainability achievements in place. This, of course, forms part of Azelis' Impact 2030, which is our newly launched sustainability program, demonstrating our commitment to drive sustainable innovation and create impact across the industry. This is building on our Action 2025 initiative, which laid a strong foundation for our ongoing commitment to delivering sustainable innovations to customers and our achievements in EcoVadis, and now our science-based target goals for emission reduction.
Great. Jake, did you want to come in on that as well?
Yeah. Thanks, Hamid. Just to follow on from Hamid's point, I'd just like to comment on our portfolio. So our portfolio is extensive. I would say that the greatest proportion of products within the portfolio consists of specialty, highly technical ingredients. But we do also have some more basic commoditized ingredients, like I touched on earlier. So because the portfolio is so extensive, we have a good capability to support our customers in across a number of different challenges, really. And one of the things that we hear quite frequently from our customers is that an important component of the value that we can provide is that we can supply customers with a shopping basket of products, and that's because we hold a stock of many of our items in the UK. So we can deliver mixed loads and even mixed pallets to our customers, which I guess prevents them having to kind of deal directly with manufacturers where they would have to take large loads of a single product. So it's convenient for the customer and saving them costs.
Yeah, so there's a genuine financial benefit to working with a company the size of Azelis.
Exactly. Yeah.
Perfect. Adam, when we were speaking about the Food Matters Live event earlier, you mentioned the market and trend analysis helped lead you to what you'll be covering at the event. And I just wonder how focused Azelis is on trends.
Well, ultimately, we're customer focused, but we do like to stay on top of trends to ensure that we make all our marketing and concepts that we produce for the customers relevant to what they're looking at. We've already mentioned our focus for the event this year, but we've got many initiatives that we're working on as a company. For instance, cocoa and dairy reduction stroke replacement, where we've got a number of options. An example of this would be our cocoa-free chocolate cake, which tastes absolutely amazing, and you wouldn't believe that it didn't have any chocolate in there. And also with our extensive flavors, natural extracts and concentrates portfolio, we're able to work on flavor trends. And with the investment that we've made in AI technology, we're able to dig deep into the upcoming tastes and sensations.
Like Adam mentioned, we use market analysis tools to observe trends. And a really good example of that is with our sports nutrition activity. So over the last couple of years, we've identified a trend of growing consumer demand for better tasting and improved texture sports nutrition products. We all know that traditionally sports nutrition products are not overly desirable and tend to be consumed by the sports person to meet specific macronutrient goals. But we feel this is changing, and we want to help our customers leverage on the back of this trend to achieve growth. When we're having meetings with our sports nutrition customers, it is difficult to tell them that their products could be improved in taste and texture without causing offense as such. And that's why we've developed a whole host of sports nutrition concepts demonstrating how it is possible to improve taste and texture of their products in alignment with this new trend. And as an example, that the sports nutrition concepts that we've developed span from bars, gels, ready to drink drinks, gummies, and also powdered blends.
Great. It's interesting what you're saying there about, that Azelis is sort of taking that to the customer and saying, look, we've identified something. And I wonder how the balance falls with that when you're working with customers. How much of it is them coming to you saying, we've got a problem, can you solve it? And you going to them saying, hey, just to flag to you, there's this issue here and we've got a solution.
I guess it depends on the time and the kind of the economic situation. So a couple of years ago, there was a lot of growth to be achieved in the market, and there was a lot of new product development, blue sky work going on within our customers as such. Over the more recent times, it's been potentially less so. So it's been a case of us analyzing the markets, using our market analysis tools, and going to the customers with new trends and generating ideas that way.
Lovely. Adam, when we're talking about nutrition in convenience foods, you mentioned that the concept shown will be HFSS compliant. So obviously that's something that's important to Azelis and something you're working on.
Yes, Anthony, it is. It's very important. We all know a lot of people have predominantly sedentary lifestyles these days, and they eat too much convenience foods. But we also know that it's possible to create these foods with a healthier nutrient profile. We work with many manufacturers and major brands to improve the nutrient profile of their products, but we also understand how important it is to do this carefully and sensitively to protect their much loved brands and ensure customer loyalty remains high.
Lovely. Just to jump in quickly, because Kelly, I know you want to come in on this, but Adam, you mentioned obviously HFSS is a change in regulation, and we've been talking a lot about how you might monitor trends and monitor the market, but obviously you've got to be really across the regulation, and that's part of your job too.
Yeah, and we also have a backup team looking at that internally as well, keeping on top of trends. We have a marketing team, a quality assurance team, all looking at what's happening within the marketplace and helping us with, bringing new products to market that are compliant.
Lovely. And Kelly, you had something to add there.
Yeah, thanks, Anthony. Just following on from Adam, at Azelis, we really love working with pioneering brands, which are sometimes startups just stepping into the food and beverage industry. So we're supporting their nutritional and taste requirements. And Food Matters Live is a great event for us in terms of meeting up with startups and understanding their vision. As my territory covers the country's capital, I naturally work with quite a lot of startups, and their passion often shines through right from the beginning. However, in the early stages of business, startups don't always have the resources and the expertise which a larger company can lean on, and that's when Azelis can really step in and support them as well. A great example of this is a really rewarding relationship that I have with a customer that I've worked with from their beginnings, but also mine at Azelis. So it started out as just a small inquiry, but now the company's grown to a multi-million-pound company within just a handful of years. So I've supported them with consistent connection and tailored support. And an added benefit in terms of working with Azelis is our ability to engage our principal managers, our technical team, and also our direct manufacturers for on-site development days. And this allows for accelerated progression of your new product development recipes, but also formula improvement projects. Um, the development days are really great as it allows decision makers to be in one room. So that's those that have researched the gap in the market, pinning down what a consumer really needs. Also, creating the initial brief and through to the sensory taste panels and also the buyers. So using these development days, whether it be at our principal site or our customers or our Hartford lab, enables quick movement in flavour profiles and functional development. And this just allows our customers to make fast moving decisions and saving them a lot of development time and therefore a lot of cost.
Yeah. And you mentioned there about, you're working with startups, you're working with more developed, bigger companies. It must be slightly different working with those for some of the reasons you said, stuff like resource and how quickly they can move. Do you see a difference and do you have to approach them in a slightly different way?
I mean, there's definitely a difference. Normally, the bigger companies, they have sort of more hoops to jump through in terms of departments that are involved. But to be honest, we just take our customers' lead and we follow what they need from us and support them all the way through.
Great. Hamet, so we've spoken a bit about the fact that Azelis are going to be at Food Matters Live this year. You've appeared at past events too. I wonder what you're most looking forward to this year there.
So for us, it's always about meeting the VIPs. Our team in Hartford create the concepts using the ingredients we source. They absolutely love the opportunity to showcase innovation concept demos, may it be a vegan concept or a dairy-free alternative or any other ideas for that matter. Uh, Azelis' tagline is innovation through formulation. Our technical team is always ready to offer the required support to understand more about the customer needs to offer the best solutions.
Great. Jake, what does innovation through formulation mean?
Yeah, it's an interesting one. Our vision statement is to be a technical leader in the food industry, and this ties in nicely with our tagline, innovation through formulation. And there are different elements to this. Firstly, we have considerable expertise in our team, whether it be from our technical team or from our principal managers who are specialists in their categories. And we also have a state-of-the-art food development laboratory where we formulate innovative concepts and support our customers in their research and development journeys. Secondly, we distribute a large range of specialty ingredients, and I know we've touched on that a lot during the podcast. So combining our expertise with our specialty ingredients enables us to create innovative solutions.
Yeah, and just to add to Jake's, Azelis has recently had a grand opening of our newly upgraded labs in our Hartford office, one of those obviously being our food lab. So now we have a much larger lab with new high-tech equipment, enabling our technical team to resolve more of our customers' issues. For example, we've recently invested in state-of-the-art equipment, which it has a crucial piece of emulsification and improving texture and stability. Allowing our team to be much better support to customers making soups, sauces, and beverages. During the grand opening, something that our team's really passionate about is providing our customers with tailored demonstration sessions. So we'd love to invite our customers to our Hartford office and work together with them to demonstrate concepts and provide an intimate service and new and exciting inspiration that works for them.
Yeah, and just from a sort of personal level, when you have something like that, when you're opening up a new lab, there's obviously investment going into the work you're doing. That must be quite exciting. One, as someone on the sales team, but two, just a sort of general sense of direction of the company. I wonder if you could just give a bit of a personal insight into that about how that makes you feel when you see investments like that being made.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it's obviously always a positive sign when finances are being invested into the company. It shows, growth in the company and that we're confident in the market. And it also is a lovely place for ourselves and our colleagues to work in, to have a nice, fresh lab with all the equipment that they need to support all of our customers across the board fully.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, Adam, back to you. I'm interested in how you work alongside the technical team at Azelis. So how do they support you and help you support your customers?
Well, Anthony, all the concepts that the VIPs will be tasting in Manchester are all examples of their capabilities, but they do bring so much more benefits to our customers. They frequently accompany us on customer visits to showcase innovation and to demonstrate effectiveness of certain ingredients. For example, if a customer is working on HFSS projects or cost-saving initiatives where the customer is looking to reduce or replace cocoa, they're also always available to our customers' MPD teams as a helpful person to solve problems or as a training resource on how to use our ingredients. Alex, who's head of technical, has 20 years of experience with Azelis and was in food manufacturing prior to this. So he knows about production and all of its challenges extensively.
Lovely. Jake, did you want to come in there?
Yeah, I was just going to follow on from Adam. Our other technical colleague is Lauren, and Lauren's been with Azelis for nearly 3 years now, I think. Prior to joining Azelis, she worked as a commercial chef for 5 years, so she's got really good practical food experience, particularly a strong passion for food product development, namely flavor impact and nutritional profile. And a good example of where Lauren may support us is our sports nutrition activity. Lauren's a specialist in this area and has created the concepts that I referred to earlier on that align with the current trends within the marketplace, and also closely assists our sports nutrition customers in their new product development journeys.
Okay, Kelly, I know Azelis has a customer portal. Maybe you could tell me what that is and how customers benefit from using it.
Yeah, well, our customer portal, I think it was launched in December 2020, but it's had a huge facelift over the last 2 years. It offers several benefits to our customers. With complete ease, you can search for Azelis's complete portfolio, which is ever growing products and formulations. Our portal is not a replacement to the personal touch received from the sales team, but an enhancement to complement the needs. It allows 24-hour access to registered users, providing instant results when the sales team might be traveling. I recently met with a customer of mine whose relationship with Azelis actually started from an introduction at Food Matters live event in Ascot last year. They gave me the feedback that they've already utilised the portal a lot, downloading documentation such as technical data sheets, safety data sheets, allergen information, accreditation, and also using it for samples and quotes via the portal system. Additionally, though, you can use it for order history and managing upcoming deliveries, which they were quite excited to utilise. The ever-evolving library of market insights enables customers to stay updated with trends and Azelis activities. These features just help streamline the procurement process, enhancing product development and provide valuable insights, making it easier for customers to stay creative but also stay competitive.
Following on from what Kelly just said, this element sets Azelis apart from other ingredient suppliers. What excites us as a sales team is meeting our customers and provide them with a quick, efficient service level. We have a very strong team which always backs us. Our regulatory support that we receive from our QA team, our BRC certification gives customers assurance of GFSI standard supply chain. Also, our commercial assistants based in Hartford continue to offer further support to our customers. This is an area we are investing more on to provide even higher levels of customer service. The supply chain team continues to support us in carefully managing orders, stocks to ensure customer receives what they want when they want. Our principal supply partners who offer the extensive range of products and technical support. All in all, this allows us to work as one team.
Lovely. Adam, Hamit, Jake, and Kelly, thank you so much for your time and thank you for being on the podcast.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Anthony. Thanks for having us.
So we've been talking about the Food Matters Live event where Azelis will be. It's taking place on May 13th and 14th at the Old Trafford Cricket Ground in Manchester. If you visit foodmatterslive.com, you can register your interest in attending. It's not to be missed, so make sure you do register in plenty of time. I hope you enjoyed this episode made in partnership with Azelis. You can find out more about the work Azelis do in a previous episode we made together. Just search Food Matters Live podcast Azelis wherever you get your podcasts. Thank you for listening.